波を遥かに眺れば大黄金の薄がすみゆいや権現の移りますみんなも同じ今熊の稲荷の山の薄もみじの青かりし葉の秋また花の春は木の水のたのめ頼もしき春の知事の花盛り。Okay, so yes, I'm Koko. I'm a grade 10 student at TGS. I'm from Japan and Singapore. And today I'll be presenting to you my personal project called Between Nothing and Being. So some of you may be thinking, Koko, there's a spelling error there. Well, it's very intentional because in this project I explored no. No, as in 能力の no. It means skill or talent translated into English. As a performative arts though, No is a traditional Japanese theater form developed by Kan Ami and his son Zeami. It is actually one of the oldest theater forms in the world, performed since the 14th century. No was originally a ritualistic type of performance for Shinto Buddhism practices. So the No dance or chant that I performed just now is titled Yuya. So you may be wondering, how do I know No? Well, this isn't the first time I was exposed to this theater form. I was first exposed to this theater form at my previous school as part of my theater classes. No really changed my definition of theater. I used to think that theater was a performance for others, but No taught me that theater could be so much more. It could be a performance for others, but it could also be a performance for yourself. So what is required of a No actor? A No actor, they really have to have a great sense of inner solitude and concentration in order to understand their own body and habits and really remove themselves from their body in order to adopt another character's body. That is the essence of No. And I was only exposed to No for a short period of time, and I wouldn't say I was able to achieve that because people take years to achieve it. But I experienced a bodily feeling of groundedness, presence, existence that I've never felt before. I felt like I was there in my body, but also outside of my body. I was conscious of how I was moving, but it wasn't forced. It came so naturally that it was almost unconscious. And I wanted to study what exactly all of that is. So that's how I formed this personal project and how I formed the driving question. How does Japan's culture perceive the concept of existence? So now, there's so many ways to explain this, and I wouldn't say there's any right answer to this question, but today I want to explain this first by looking at a pine tree. So the pine tree, Matsunoki in Japanese, it is very significant in Japan. In No, it is significant because it is used as the backdrop of a No stage. So no matter what dance or chant is being performed, it is always there. It is symbolic of eternity and longevity for its close to eternal greenery and long lifespan. In other aspects of Japanese life, it is significant because it is used as decorations on doors of Japanese homes during the first month of every New Year's. There's also this ranking system there's a saying that goes sho chikubai. Sho is another way of saying matsu, the pine tree. So literally, the pine tree is the king of plants and trees. And why people see significance in eternity and longevity, I think it can be explained by looking at Shinto. So Shinto, it is a native religion to Japan. I think there's 3 types of Shinto. One of them is worshiping your ancestors. The second one that I really want to focus on today is worshiping of inanimate objects. I'm talking water, rocks, sky, wind, trees, the pine tree. And I think you're starting to see a connection here. All of them symbolize eternity or longevity. And I guess what's so ironic is that that's the complete opposite truth of what Buddhism is trying to tell us. Buddhism is another very central religion to Japan. I am a Shintoist and Shingon Buddhist myself. So in Buddhism, we believe that the truth of our existence is that we're constantly ever changing. Nothing alive is eternal. Everything is changing. Now that's rejecting what Shinto believes. And I think the theme of change, it's just so, it's most, you see it so much in Japan as compared to other countries. Japan is a country that experiences change so much more than other countries. There's so many frequent natural disasters, like earthquakes and tsunamis, because Japan is located at the cross-section of 4 tectonic plates. And also, it's a seasonal country, so we experience a lot of changes in weather, food, what food do you eat, and we see the consequences of change in Japanese lifestyle so much. Like, say, buildings, like shrines and temples, they're built to be destroyed. I know, they're built to be destroyed. Like, there's this shrine that is rebuilt every 20 years, no matter what. It's literally destroyed in order to build a new one. And I guess that's why Buddhism integrated so well with Japanese culture during the Heian period. And that's why Shinto and Buddhism kind of became the 2 central religions that people believe in. So what am I trying to make out of this? Coming back to the driving question, the Japanese cultural concept of existence, I think Shinto emphasizes on eternity. Buddhism emphasizes on change. And these 2 extremes, I would say that Japanese cultural concept of existence is really trying to embrace the extremes. It's trying to find the neutrality within that. And I would say no, the traditional Japanese theater form, it is a practice of that. So even when I was performing, say the kamae, like that, there's tension in your pinky, but the other fingers should be loose. When you're suriashi forward, there has to be a pull coming from your back, and when you're suriashi backward, vice versa, there has to be a pull coming from the front. So there's always a constant pull within your body and outside of your body. And I think existing in Japanese context, it's really to find that neutrality. That is the theme of our existence. Not fearing death, not fearing existence. It's really trying to find the neutrality within consciousness and consciousness. And I think that's how I had a bodily feeling of groundedness when I was first exposed to no. And I guess that is my conclusion of the driving question and the end of my presentation. But I really want to give a shout out to Leticia, first of all, for, sorry, I didn't see you there, for being my mentor. And also Kinue Oshima sensei. She unfortunately isn't here today because she's teaching classes as of this current moment. And also my grandma. Where's my grandma? My grandma. I felt extremely close to her this time. I never knew that she studied Buddhism in university and wrote a graduation paper on that. It was like a really meaningful experience for me personally as well. And I guess that concludes my personal theater.